Welcome to this week's episode of Your Stock Request for the 25th of January. Hi, I'm Michael Gable, Managing Director at Fairmont Equities. Your Stock Request is the weekly video where I take your requests and analyse the share price charts. So this week we have Woodside, EML Payments, APM Human Services, Dicker Data and Parenti Global. So if you have a request, please send it through. Make sure you've signed up to the free newsletter, but our best stock tips come out every Tuesday in the Dynamic Investor report, so make sure you're getting that report. But if you do enjoy these videos, we'd love you to share them on social media or even leave us a review. Our main business is on the management side, so if you'd like my help in managing your share portfolio, then please give me a call. And all the advice here is general only. So we've got the daily chart here of Woodside. We could see it recently became oversold, looking at the RSI, and bounced off an area of support, so we could see all these previous lows. So that's where we got the bounce. Just looking at it a bit more closely, big volumes at the lows, so clearly that's a good sign. And then after the bounce, it's consolidated sideways, and that's on lower volume. So the volume dried up as it consolidated, so it's doing all the right things. So it does look like a low is in place, and I'd expect a recovery in the shares. Okay, EML. So we could see that, in this period here, it was improving quite nicely. You've got sort of decent volumes on the way up, sideways consolidation, spike higher, sideways, spike higher, sort of sideways consolidation, but instead of breaking higher, it's, as we could see in November, it broke on the downside on massive volume. So that's clearly a negative. This thing's not recovering anymore. Look, we did get a bounce here, decent volume, but now it's hitting the underneath of this area, so hitting resistance. So look, it's a bit hard to say. I think what it might do from here, is this bounce going to continue on, or is it going to roll over because of that resistance level? So I'm sort of a bit neutral on what that might do. APM, quite clearly we could see it's still in a downtrend, and then most recently we've got these big sell-offs on volume. Again, big sell-off on volume even here as well. So just nothing positive about this chart, unfortunately. It's still falling on volume. We've got, we're not getting a decent bounce along the way. It's not leveling out yet. So I think for the moment the risk is to the downside. Okay, Dicker Data. We did look at this one around this region here. We're looking at sort of the upside break, the little tight consolidation, and then the next break. It's trended well since then. We could see all the higher lows and the higher highs. Recently it formed this it's a little bull flag here, and then we've got the breakout in the past few days. So doing all the right things, and it looks like it should kick on and take out this high and continue above that. Okay, finally Parenti. So if we have a look at what it's done over the past year, we've had this sort of period where it's clearly been making these, the highs have been sort of getting lower and lower, but it's been spending a lot of time near support. So if you were bullish, you'd want to see it spend more time up near the resistance in preparation of a breakout, as opposed to spending more time on this line. And of course, it's broken support. So, that was the risk, that we got a downside break. We've got the downside break now. And no signs of it bouncing from here as yet. So I'd say the risk for this one is that it should continue lower. Okay, well that's all for this week. If you have a request, send it through and we'll try to cover it next Thursday.